Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 29 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. We are almost ready for another world download, and as you can see, I'm playing the old game Scan All the Things. Probably a good idea to just scan everything you can find in your base. There's a few things you can't scan, but there's not much. As you can see, I'm just scanning everything I can, and you do get a lot of research for a lot of things, especially the more complicated the crafting recipe, the more research you're going to get out of it, and that's simply because all the items that go into the crafting recipe, I should be able to scan. Well, maybe not. Okay, probably because, yeah. Long story short, the more complex the crafting recipe, the more research points you're going to get, because it basically looks at everything that's in the crafting recipe, so like all the ingredients that go into making the item, and goes ahead and allocates the research points that you get from that. So, playing the Scan All the Thing games, I should be having lots and lots of research points right around now. Let's take a look at our table. Oh yeah, we've got a good amount. I mean, I could always use a little bit more. And you can see there's going to be some that you get a ton of, right? Like metallum. Unfortunately, metallum's not used very often in research, but you get a lot of it because, I mean, there's a lot of machines around here that use metal. So that's just kind of the way it's going to go. So I'm just kind of running around, scanning all the things, and I'm getting ready. I did spend some time in a single-player world preparing for... Oh yeah, chunk loaders usually have a lot of good stuff in them. Preparing for a Thaumcraft room. So we're going to build a Thaumcraft area this episode. Now I'm pretty sure I've got everything I'm going to need for this whole process, but I might need a few more things. We're going to have to kind of keep an eye on things and see what happens. But long story short, we should wind up with something good. Let's see. I do want to make sure that you are idle. That's cool. I might want to turn this lever on just to make sure you stay idle, because I know I've had a few issues with you in the past, and my plan here is going to be... Oh, I should be able to get my farming station. I need some feathers, I know that, for part of the build that I want to do today. So we're definitely going to work our way towards getting some feathers. The first thing I want to do is grab my tape measure. I mapped out how large I want my area to be. I'm thinking the entrance will probably be right around here. So if I started here and we went from here all the way over to somewhere... Is this 17? Sweet. That's what I want. And then I want it 21 back. So let's go from here... Dun, 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 dun. That's 22, so this would be 21, right? There we go, 21 back. Might need to fill in a little bit of dirt back here just to have like a nice flat floor, but yeah, we're gonna probably like wind up like right around here-ish, so we're gonna need a little bit of dirt, but that's okay. Hopefully you guys will like the design I came up with. You know me, not the greatest at making cool looking things, but I'm doing my best and hopefully it'll work out. So why don't I get a couple of the ingredients I need together. I'm gonna go find a couple chickens courtesy of my golden lasso. I might even make another golden lasso so I have two of them, so I can just go grab two chickens at the same time. Let's see. Yeah, I should be able to pull off an Eye of Ender, right? I should have a couple Ender Pearls going on. And some blaze powder. Nice. Okay. And a few string. Yeah, so let me go get... I need a couple chickens because I need feathers. And I'll definitely need a couple other little details. So I'll be back, like I said, in a minute once I've got everything I need. Alright guys, so just to give you an idea of the foundations of this building, this is pretty much what we're looking at right here. Now I haven't entirely decided, and look, all the research points I'm still like going through right now, but that's fine. I haven't decided exactly how I want to start building this. There's several stages. I think what I'll do first is move the Thaumcraft stuff that I already have available into this area. So let's grab our crucible. Let's grab our Nitor, and we can pick up our research table as well, just so that we have all our Thaumcraft stuff ready to go. And don't worry about picking up the research table. The research points that you've discovered through the Thaumonomicon are stored on your character, not in the research table itself, and I'll replace that thing in a minute there. The floor, I mean, and you should be fine. So let's see. Oh, you know what? I want to keep my arrow. You can have the egg, though. I don't need that at the moment. Okay. So my layout involves the research table kind of being right here in the corner. So we'll get that over here. And you're going to want your scribing tools as well. I always put the scribing tools on the left table, by the way. If you put it on the right, the table will be like backwards. So we'll have like this guy here. We'll probably have our crucible with our nitor under it right here. And pretty soon we'll get an item that'll help us out with regards to getting this thing filled up with water. But for now, that should be fine. So that's pretty much the extent of what we've got available. Now, there is a building resource that I want to use to build the building itself. And for that, we're going to need some shards. So I'm going to get like a good handful of these guys. And we're also going to want some smooth stone. So how are we in the smooth stone arena? We might not be as hot as I would like. Let's see what's going on down here. I've got obsidian brewing down here. That's fine. So let me cook up a good bit of smooth stone. Let's get several stacks of it, and I'll come back in a minute once it's done cooking. Furnace mode? Yes. Alright, while I was waiting for that stuff to cook up, I went ahead and made a travel anchor for out here. So now we've got a couple of these guys laying around the base. Just helps for getting back and forth easily. What I want to make requires my wand to have just a bit of V in it. And I want to make the following. If I throw any kind of shard in the middle here and just surround it with smooth stone, okay, what I'm going to get is for each operation of crafting here, I'm going to wind up with, let's say, 9 arcane stone blocks. And it's going to require 1.1 of these fire and earth. I'll make it 1.05 by putting my goggles on. So let's see how many of these crafting operations I can do. I should be able to do about, I guess, 17 or 18 of them. So let's see. There we go. That's not terrible. I'll take everything out of the table here. So my wand is now empty. I can't do any more crafting with this stuff. But this is the material I want to actually build my building out of, for the most part. There's going to be a couple of different materials here. We'll check them out in a bit. But for now, that's like going to be like the main foundation of the building. I found that I looked around for like lots of different kinds of materials to build out of, and I just liked the look of these guys. Now, these are arcane stone blocks, obviously. They come directly from Thaumcraft, so it's not a big surprise that they look good with the other Thaumcraft blocks in the area. So why don't I just replace all my cobblestone with this? I'm just going to place as much as I can. I might run around and recharge my wand a little bit, and I can craft a bit more of these, obviously. It's not the materials that are terribly hard at this point. It's just the having the node V power stuff in my wand. That's going to be the tricky part. But it's really cheap. It's 1 aspect of fire and earth, as we saw, per 9 blocks. So not too bad. I'll definitely be able to pull that off. Alright, so I'm going to get all this stuff placed down, and then we'll be back. Oh yeah, one more trick while I'm here. I'm going to go ahead and combine my goggles of revealing with my mana steel helmet, and I'll get a mana steel helmet of revealing. That's something directly from Botania. Botania lets you do that, so I thought that was just something worth showing. Alright, quick break from building to show you guys that I'm upgrading a chest again. Looks like this chest was almost full, so went ahead. I think we actually had some overflow. You can see some coal, flint, and lapis was going in here. So upgrading him to a diamond chest. Pretty much the top tier of the chests mod. I don't think there's anything that's any much bigger. I might want to go ahead while I'm at it and upgrade this one as well. I think everybody else is doing alright though. There's nothing really much else getting overflowing. Luckily it's not too bad. Just 2 diamonds and 1 gold and a bit of glass, which I'm cooking up over here because I needed it. And it's a pretty easy upgrade. There we go. Nice. So far I've made the following in my base over here. Not bad looking, right? So this is going to make up the walls of the Thaumcraft area. Now the next thing I want to work on is the floor, and I've got 2 patterns for the floor, which I hope looks good. I think it looks cool, but I'm, you know, totally open to you guys telling me I'm wrong. Let's grab some feathers and some more smooth stone. So I think that smooth stone might be in here, here. That's cool. Let's go ahead and see how many of these I'm going to need. So I think feathers in the middle with smooth stone gets us holy stone, which is some neat stuff. I'm going to need my chisel, and the pattern that I've decided to go with for my holy stone was this one. Yeah. So this stuff is cool looking. Check this out. Hey, go over I'm thinking, oh, you know what I should have is my excavator. That would definitely help with this digging thing. Boy, I love being able to teleport around my bases like this. This makes it totally cool. So right into here, I'm actually going to have two designs on my floor. And I'm just trying to remember exactly how I've got this laid out because I kind of tested this a little bit in the test world. But my holy stone will lead up into the center floor area here. So if we take a look at this, holy stone is neat because it has these cool little particle effects. I don't think they have too much of an impact on lag or anything, so you shouldn't worry about your frame rate. It's probably pretty minor what you're going to wind up with here. But I think that looks pretty nice, right? Yeah, not too shabby. So that's going to lead into the main center area here. Now the main focus of this room is going to be a piece of Thaumcraft we haven't gotten yet, which is the arcane constructor thingy, the big multi-block crafting mechanic from Thaumcraft. We will be getting into that relatively soon, but that's going to kind of be the main focal point of the room. So that's what's going to be led to there. Now for the rest of the floor, I decided to go with some kind of obsidian from Chisel, and I'll show you which one I picked here now. Let's go over there and grab out our chisel. Man, it gets dark fast. Time flies when you're crafting. Which one did I go with here? These are kind of hard to tell the difference of because they're dark. I think it was this one. No, that's not it. Let me correctly pick the right chisel here. I'll be right back. I have to figure out which one it was that I picked in my test world. No, not that one. Alright, I think I found the right one. Let's see. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Cool. So that's going to make up my floor. I want, let's see. I know it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 looks good, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So like here. That's not terrible. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let me sleep through this night and fill in the floor with the obsidian that I want, and then we'll be back. Alright, so far I'm making progress. I'm waiting for a little bit more obsidian. Wanted to mention that you can use the arcane work table here as a vanilla workbench, so you can just use it to do whatever you want. So here's the room. It's coming out pretty good, I think. So here's where we're going to wind up having the whole setup with our arcane, construct crafting system thing. We'll have some glass jars around the walls here and a couple other things laid out throughout the room. So I think looks pretty good so far. I'm going to continue working on it, and then we might have a little bit of research to do off camera. I'll come back in a minute once I've got the rest of the obsidian that I need for this. How are we doing here, obsidian? Slowly but surely coming along. Alright guys, what do you think? So far, so good? So like I said, this will be the center platform with we'll have stuff coming up here, up here, up here, and up here. And then we'll probably have one, these guys, and these guys. That's pretty much my plan. And then as it relates to jars, I figured that I need 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a wall full, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ought to do what I'm looking to do. That should be sufficient for every aspect of Essentia. And then we're going to have some stuff here, and we'll probably have some other things here. And we'll probably have some other stuff over in this area. But for now, I think this is a pretty good structure for what our Thaumcraft room is going to look like. There's only one more thing I might want to do. Let's pop over. That's a lot of chickens. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Yes, wonderful. Thanks. That's a lot of chickens. Are you done with the feeding? Thank you. Goodness. I guess I can't complain about lag in my world if I have this many chickens, huh? Alright, so let's see. Do I have my wand on me? No, I left it back here. I wanted to recharge my wand while I was out there. Not a bad idea. Okay, I just wanted to make a few more, so let me clean up my inventory. I'm just going to make a few more of those nifty blocks that required the feathers. How are we for smooth stone? Not bad. What I was thinking was something like this, and tell me if this looks good. Where's my chisel? I'll put this away. These ones I want to do a slightly different pattern. I think I liked the look of the fancy holy stone. Ah, don't click on the door with that. Okay, so let's get up here. And I'm going to have a line of these running along like this. And then the building's going to be just a little bit taller with more of the arcane stone blocks. Because you guys, a couple people have suggested that I break the building up a little bit so it's not just all the same. So I'm hoping this band along the top here looks halfway decent. Oh, really? One? I am one shy. That is funny. Alright, one short. And it was these guys, fancy holy stone. Hey, if it has fancy in the block, it has to be nice, right? Alright, so let me make a few more arcane stone blocks. How am I for? Not bad. I should probably go get more Terra, though. There we go. Third. Aw, I burned the Terra out of that one. See, I accidentally drained it all the way. Bad direwolf. That's okay. I found another Terra node that was down here in the ground. And this one has a decent amount in it. Alright, be right back. And then the final part of this build, I think, will be the roof being this dark kind of creeper face thing going on. The creeper face inside the block really matches the arcane stone block pretty well, I think. So that's kind of where I got the idea for that. And that's pretty much the build that I want to do. There's only one more piece, and that involves a bit of glass. I want a glass roof, but I want it to just be regular glass. I want it to be a pretty cool and neat kind of glass. So let's get cooking. I need some more glass, clearly. You guys come out of there, and sure, you can go in there. I'm going to put away all this stuff that I don't need, and I need to go find some other things real quick. Alright, I'm not sure why this looks good, but I think it looks good, so I'm going to go with it. I'm going to make some black stained glass and chisel that into black borderless glass, and I think this looks nice. Let's see, over here, and bat mode will definitely help me out here. And I'm going to put this on the same level as the creeper face blocks. And you guys tell me what you think. I'm going to fill in the rest of the ceiling. I'm going to need more, obviously, so I'm just going to cook up some more glass and be right back. Alright guys, and that, I think, is my Thaumcraft building. Not too shabby, right? I think it looks decent. The outside, right, looks pretty good too. Might want to have something like, you know what, I could do with one more of those creeper-faced marbles. Looks like it's getting dark out. I should sleep through the night. But tell me what you think. You know, the whole routine. Give me some comments, feedback. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you hate it. Hoping that you hopefully like it. We'll see, though. So that actually looks pretty good, I think. One more creeper-faced marble, and then we'll be in good shape. Let's go sleep through the night, too. So now that we've got the Thaumcraft building up and running, let's do some more Thaumcraft stuff so that we can enjoy the mod even more. Real quick, one more marble piece and my chisel will get me the dark creeper face. And that looks good. I do want to have a door here, by the way. I have a cool idea for how it's going to work. Might make it this episode, might wait till next episode. We shall see. But anyway, for now, yeah, that looks good. Cool. All right, I think what I should do now is a bit of off-camera research. So let's come back in a minute here, and we will see what we can see. All right, the next research I want to do is probably, again, going to boost our ability to do research. I like grabbing these two early on just because it helps out. This one is Research Mastery. However, you'll notice there's this shady little cloudy particle effect floating around the research. And when you mouse over it, it tells you that this is forbidden knowledge. It's mostly harmless, but it is forbidden. If you take a look in the Warp, Flux, and All Things Bad, you'll discover that some fields of magic are considered kind of forbidden. They're not really, meant to be dabbled in. And as you're flipping through your Thaumonomicon here, you'll find that some of your researches do have that kind of forbidden aspect to them. And once you've done a bit of that, your character starts to develop what's called warp, which is kind of a warping effect on your character, making your character getting a little bit weirded out, basically, by the forbidden research that he's dabbling in. So you don't want to gather too much warp. It's really not too bad of an effect, and there are features that we can grab later down the line in Thaumcraft that can help eliminate and cut back on the kind of negative side effects that you will get from warp. But early game, and especially some of the basic amounts of warp that you can accumulate, really aren't too bad. So let's go ahead and grab this research note, and I'm going to do the research for it right now. Let's see. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. There we go. One of the approaches I like to go with is kind of this alternating pattern here. I knew that Cognito, you had Earth in it, and I knew that Vitreous was a combination of Earth and Ordo, so I just kind of alternate, right? Earth, and then Vitreous, which has Earth in it, and then Earth again, and then Vitreous that has Earth in it, and that matched up with the Ordo there. That's usually a good bit to do. Now, when you grab this Discovery here and right-click on it, you'll notice in the bottom right, you have gained Permanent Warp. Now, there's three kinds of warp. There's Standard Warp, which can, pretty much be cleaned off. There's Permanent Warp, which there's really no way to get rid of, and then there's Temporary Warp, which is really easy to get rid of. So it's basically determining how easy it is to get rid of the stuff. Like I said, nothing to worry about too much. We will see some warp effects as we go through here. Now, the nice thing about this is we've become even more efficient at research. Whenever you remove an aspect, there's now a 50% chance to regain it. Also, there's a 10% chance that whenever you place an aspect, it will not cost any research points. That's pretty cool. Lastly, you're able to combine aspects in the research table by shift-clicking on the aspect you wish to create. So if we happen to be low on stuff, right? So let's find something that's a good example of what we don't have a lot of. Volatus, which is, let's say here, Modus might be a good one, right? Now, normally you could click on Ordo, and you could click on Air, and you could combine these to get Volatus. No longer do you have to do that. You can just shift-click, and you'll notice that it'll take one of the Ordo and one of the Air, and we got it right there. Cool. So shift-clicking is now available to get yourself some research that you didn't have the aspects for. Neat. All right, so let's do a couple more bits of research. I think I might want to have a better time tapping nodes because I already ran into a situation where I accidentally drained a node dry of a certain aspect point, and I wanted to prevent that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Advanced Node Tapping. This is going to help me with draining aspects out of nodes. We're going to get this research done right about now. There we go, all done. And we can see here that now we've got Advanced Node Tapping. So what this does is usually the process of drawing V is pretty slow. You've discovered a more efficient way, and you can double the draw rate. So basically we draw much faster. Next I want to get Node Preserver. That's the one that I wanted to get to. So let's snag that and research it. Hooray, I just got Node Preserver. Now I have better control of the V. However, you do need to use a better wand than what we've currently got. A normal wood and iron wand will not preserve basically one V in the node at all times. So let's go ahead and find ourselves a better wand. First thing I want to get is a Great Wood Wand Core. The wand core typically controls how much V you can store. So right now my wand is really only capable of storing about 25 total. Let's get ourselves a better one. Back in a sec. There we go. We discovered that we can store 50 V of each type in a wand made with a Greatwood Wand Core. Greatwood logs in an arcane workbench and only 3 per dito. Nice. While I'm at it, I better get some better caps. Now, I could go over and get copper caps, but I'm just going to jump straight to gold because I feel like those are probably the best middle tier wand is a Greatwood with gold caps in it. So why don't I research these real quick. Now we'll discover that golden wand caps are superior to iron in that they don't take a penalty when they're used to channel V. And they're not too hard to make, just a little ordo, fire, and air, and some golden nuggets. So let's get ourselves some golden nuggets. Cool. So we're only going to need about 10 of these guys, and while we're at it, have I gotten myself any great wood? Oh good, I have. I found some. Nice. Forget where I got it from, but I'm sure it was somewhere. So let's put together this. Gets me a great wood wand core. This gets me gold nuggets, or caps, and let's see, what do I need? I'm going to need a little bit fire and earth, no big surprise there because that's what I was using to make everything. You can see I set up a little bit of a temporary door here. I'll get a cool door going. I have a cool idea for a door, you'll see it in a minute. So let's put this on here, and then I'm going to go get the earth filled up as well. Alright, that gets me what I need. Gold Banded Greatwood Wand Core. Cool. So this guy, and we'll see it when we go to fill him up. Now he has a totally different V storage capacity. So he holds 50. You'll notice when I'm holding right click here, we're never going to drain the last V out of a node. So that's awesome. That's pretty much exactly what we want. Okay, you can see no matter what I do here. Now if you want to drain it, for whatever reason, I don't see why you ever would, but if you want to drain it out completely, no problem. Hold shift and right click, and you can handle that and you'll get it out. So I'm going to go fill up this node, or this wand, with as many different nodes as I can find around the world, and I'll be right back. If you remember early on in the season I mentioned this thing, usually they have some good stuff in them. I guess there's not too much good in there. There's just Perdito, which I'm already full on. Darn. Oh well, it was good to know. You know what I should do is, while I'm here, scan this thing. Always scan whatever you come by that's anything Thaumcraft related, because there's usually good stuff in there. Alright, so I've been flying around a little bit. Remember I mentioned to you guys that different biomes tend to have different types. I've noticed that most ice biomes tend to have Perdito and Ordo a lot. Obviously, like, liquid biomes have a lot of water in them. Oh wow, look at this one. See, I told you some of these totems have some really good ones. Totem, I'm just going to call it lots, because I don't even know how to describe that. Totem, lots. So you can see I've made a lot of waypoints with different markers here, just indicating where I might find some good charging nodes. It's probably your best bet. Early game, it's not easy to get a charging station up and running, but you will have a much easier time charging your wands in the later game of Thaumcraft. Right now, it's just a matter of running around, preferably bookmarking any nodes you find, like this one right here, which has some water and terra, or air and terra, I mean. So air and earth. And yeah, so you can see I've got lots of waypoints all over, right? So that's kind of the plan. And by the way, a good place to find some fire, believe it or not, is the nether. Yeah, fire nodes in the nether, who'da thunk? But yeah, that's pretty much a good safe bet. So any other nodes that I might not be seeing, probably I missed. It's easy to miss them, especially during the daytime. Like I said, at night they're a little bit easier to see. They give off a little bit of light. But I just flew around a little bit. Probably wouldn't mind zipping over and you know, trying to find my way down into the nether. So let's do that. Getting out of bat mode here. It's just a brutal amount of time that you need to spend sometimes looking around for those nodes. So I don't mind just flying around a little bit. Makes it easier to find them. All right, real quick, let's see what we can do to find ourselves. Oh, there's a node. Or is that a wisp? Nope, that's a wisp. That's a Thaumcraft monster called a wisp. Any nodes that are like friendly and nearby? I'm not seeing anything at the moment. I hopefully brought my... Okay, good, I did. Nice. Alright, let me just see if I can find a fire node, because I think that's the only thing I need. A little bit of air wouldn't hurt either, but fire is really the one I need. I'll be back in a second if I find one down here. If not, I'll find one back upstairs at my main base. It should be at least partially recharged by now. Alright guys, so managed to get my wand mostly filled up here, which is nice. I think next episode we'll come back and get working on some more stuff for Thaumcraft. However, we are going to need to get ourselves just a little bit more research. So I'm going to handle that off camera. So off camera between this episode and next, I will be taking care of pretty much everything that is needed research-wise. And then when I come back, looks like my farm is filling up here. I should do something about that soon. Well, it'll probably just back stuff itself. Shouldn't be much of a problem. Yeah, so like I said, when we come back next episode, we should have more Thaumcraft fun. So, as usual, let me know what you think of my nifty Thaumcraft building here. I think it looks pretty good. I really like the dark glass on the ceiling. And I hope the band across the middle there looks good. I'm trying to do that, break it up so it's not all one boring texture thing. But, I mean, you guys let me know, right? Obviously not finished yet, though. We do have some more things to build. And once we get the ability to build the structure in the center here and the other stuff we're going to need, I think it'll look even better. All right, guys, for now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and take it easy.